until the philosophy which old one.
Actually, there's not. I'm a previous student here, and that's been one of the biggest issues being here, that there is not a lot of diversity for sure.
I feel like statistically speaking the college probably isn't diverse, but I feel like people come from all different kinds of backgrounds to go to the school.
Not diverse.
I think the College of Charleston is a pretty diverse place. In some of my classes, I see people of different ethnicity, backgrounds, religions, and it's a pretty diverse place.
Superior and another.
I would guess roughly around 15 or 20%.
When it comes to African Americans, I believe it's probably around 13% makes up African Americans.
Well, I'd say it'd be around 30%. Some of my classes I've seen less.
Is finally and permanently discredited.
Honestly don't know. I feel like the school is pretty accepting of all kinds of people from every kind of ethnic background, so honestly don't know what to say.
I mean, in the classes that I've been to, I've seen a small percentage. Again, I'd say roughly 30%, most of the classes that I've been to.
Everywhere is war.
I did know, but at one point I stayed on campus, and then after that I became a commuter, but I didn't really feel like people reached out to me that well, so I was kind of left in the dark about a lot of the different things that were offered here as a student.
I didn't know there was any kind of student unions.
I think many black people, well, African Americans that attend the program called Spectra, I know they all would know about it, but all the other ones that didn't attend Spectra probably wouldn't know.
I was actually not aware of this.
It's a war.
What do you think there should be done to attract more minority students to come here?
Maybe just looking into the different things that interest them. As a student here, you try and you're encouraged to try different activities, different things that you're not used to, but at the same time, it's kind of comforting being a part of what you already know and just creating a comfortable but new atmosphere at the same time.
First class and second class citizens of any nation.
Yeah, well, I know there are some programs like Upward Bound, and I think Upward Bound deals with high school students, I think, that brings them on the campus, exposes them to CofC, and exposes them to really the generic college environment and lets them know about expectations, and also tries to give them the kind of skills and skill-building experiences that then will allow them to succeed once they do enroll in a college of some kind. And of course, we always hope that they're going to enroll right here at the College of Charleston.
A man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes.
Well, how can the College of Charleston attract more minority students?
Well, I think we probably need to ramp up the advertising in different media outlets, especially print. I'm not sure what we do, for example, with the African American newspaper here in the city, the Chronicle, but we need to have a presence there on a regular basis. African American magazine that has a focus on Charleston's black community. It's called Native. I think we also need to have a faculty that's engaged in promoting the college in perhaps some new ways and in places where the college has not really been well represented. We need to perhaps rely on even more of the particularly minority faculty that we have here, but it's a responsibility that just does not fall on those faculty members. Those are a couple of things that immediately come to mind. I also have teachers that work in schools that have substantial minority populations, and so we need to make sure that those graduates of CofC that are in those positions are also working for us and working on our behalf. So those are some things that immediately come to mind as possibilities.
What funds, if any, are allocated for minorities? Or scholarships, per se, too? Do you feel that there's a lot of scholarships allocated?
I feel reasonably sure that there are some funds that are available, but I'm not sure whether those are college funds, state funds, for example, or whether those are private funds.
That until the basic human rights.
If the history of the College of Charleston goes back to the end of the 18th century, I mean, it's practically the end of the 20th century before any African American students ever enrolled. So the record is clear that African Americans paid taxes that supported white students for centuries, but when it comes time to set aside some funds specifically to attract minority students here, it's only possible to do that for a relative few number of years before those funds are potentially attacked. And I'm not sure that they were attacked here at the college, but they were around the country. And that's part of the environment that we operate in.
Guaranteed to all without regard to race. This a war.
I think, again, going back to the earlier point, I think really making perhaps better use of some of our people who go on and graduate and then are placed in school systems. Let's just say in the Tri-County area, they really need to be recruiting for us, provided that they've had a good experience. I'm not sure how they're used in that way. It could just be that we expect that since they graduated from here, they're automatically going to become promoters, but that's not necessarily the case. And so it's at least worth an investigation to see actually what, if anything, we're doing with them. And if we're not doing anything with them, then let's think about making some systematic overtures to that group of people and perhaps try to bring them together and talk to them about our situation and how they can be instrumental in helping to improve.
The dream of lasting peace.